Yes, I went crazy with Morphe when they released their new brushes. Now, before we even start this video, being that I have so many, I'm just going to let you know I am not affiliated with them. They don't even know that I breathe air on this earth. I do not have a coupon code, but if you go to any of your favorite YouTube gurus like Manny MUA, Patrick Starr, Jaclyn Hill, just to name a few, they on their websites do have coupon codes to get these brushes. So I originally never heard about the Elite collection being launched. I had been off of YouTube, have been on a spending freeze or whatever. So when I came back this winter and saw that the Elite collection was still available because it's supposed to be limited edition, and not to mention they added new brushes, I was like, let me order this. And so I just went on a shopping frenzy. So I ended up purchasing 28 brushes. Now I do believe there are 50 some odd brushes in the collection, but I only liked these 28. All the other brushes are kind of like, nah, don't really need them. But from the original collection, I picked 14, and from the new collection, I picked up 14 different brushes. So in this video, I'm going to give you a guide so you can choose which brush might be good for you. Now, when I purchased these, I kind of did it blind, especially for the new ones, because there's no reviews out there about them. So even the size of the brushes can be very misleading. And the descriptions on the website, I would have to say, are horrible. They really need to give more in-depth descriptions and better pictures. Because if you don't know like the little sizes, they do give you the measurements. But for someone like me, I need to visually see it in comparison to my face. Those were not helpful at all. Now, out of the 28 brushes that I did purchase, I will say that 2 of them were kind of like, nah, I could have passed on and just went for 26. But I have them. I'm going to keep them. I have no need to want to return them. As far as the quality of these brushes, I can say that they are very similar to my Sephora brand brushes. And that was one of my favorite collections, and their brushes are double the price of these. So that was something that I had to kind of, that's how I had to give Sephora the look, like, you know, the attitude like, yes, we had to do that. Because especially when you're building a brush collection, cost efficiency should be one of your #1 priorities, right below quality. Now, out of all of the brushes, there was only one brush that I did have a quality with, and that was the E36. It felt at times like the ferrule and the brush were a little loose, so it hasn't fallen apart, but it does feel jangly. So I will be watching this brush closely, and I will be doing updates. But let's get on with the actual close-up look at all of these brushes. So this is the E41. This brush is great for setting your powder. It has like a little bit of a domed shape, and it is so soft. You will immediately fall in love with this brush. The E44 is like a rounded buffer brush. It is great for applying foundation, buffing in powders. It's so soft. Another must-have brush from the new brushes that they released. The E42 to me is a do-it-all brush. They have it marketed as a deluxe contour brush, but I wouldn't use it for that. The E42 is great for bronzing around your face, applying powder. You can set your whole face with this brush because it's so large. You can use it to dust away any under eye powders that you might have from baking. It's just a really great multi-purpose brush, and it's cheaper than the E41. The E59 is a tapered bronzer brush. It is perfect for bronzing. It's also great for contouring, and it has like a shape like the E41, that domed shape. Next, we have the E52, which is your premium tapered brush. Now, this brush I find perfect for setting your foundation, going in with a powder. Because it has that pinched ferrule and the flat edges, it swipes on powders perfectly without disturbing your foundation underneath. The E53
is like the little sister to the E3. This is perfect for applying your blushes, your highlights, and that pinched ferrule just gives it the perfect shape. This is the E49, and you're gonna love this brush. This one is got like just the perfect shape for setting your under eye. To get in there with that banana powder or that Laura Mercier, it will do a great job, and you can use it for highlighting. Beautiful, must have, and it's only $9.99. Now this brush was described horribly by Morphe. They named this one the Deluxe Under Eye Powder Brush. This is not working as a powder brush. This large brush, you can use it for foundation, you can use it for contouring, but an under eye brush, that's not gonna work. But I like it. This is one of my favorite brushes. This is the E49. You can use this brush for setting underneath your eyes, contouring, you know, just applying your highlight. You can use this for so many. That's why I had to get two. I love it. The E50 is another horribly explained brush. They explain this one as a highlighter brush. You will not work for me for highlighting. I love this brush for contouring. Look how perfectly it fits in like the areas. Like it would contour so great. And it's shaped just like the G3. This is the E45, and this is the mini detailed contour. This brush is great for applying concealer underneath your eye and blending it out. You can also use it for some contouring, but it's also great for highlighting. And the E43 is a flat brow brush. It'll work for your brow, but I like it underneath my eye. Now we have the E55, which is my least favorite brush. This brush you can use as a flat contour brush, but basically it just lays the product down. You can do that with anything. It doesn't blend it out or anything, but you can also use it for your nose. Now for the E1, you all know about this brush. You could buff in your powders. If I had to choose between the E1 and the E41, I would definitely go with the 41, but this is a great brush also. The E6 is another outstanding brush. It's great for stippling on powders or placing powders, placing liquid foundations, but it's horrible with creams. It's very soft. It's a great brush. The E4 is the one everyone raved about, and I'm not that big of a fan. I use it for contouring or applying my blush sometimes or bronzing up around the face. A great multi-purpose brush. The E40 or the E3, sorry, is a great powder brush. You can use it for applying your blush, your highlight, for dusting powders. Just a great multi-purpose brush. The E12 I use for under eye concealer or around my nose or adding lighter concealers underneath my lips, but that's about it. Or setting with powders is great for that, for those areas. The E8 is another great brush. I like it for my contour, my highlight, yes, highlighting, and also great for underneath the eyes. My eye brushes. Silly, aren't I? This is the E27. This is great for doing like a wash of color over your lid, placing like your transition color. Great soft brush. This is the E23. It's a little bit more dense, as you can see, but it goes in that same area, and it's a little bit smaller. So if you don't have large lids like me, that'll be a little bit better. This is the E22, and this is a little bit of a tapered brush. It's great for blending out that crease. It doesn't push the colors up too much. And this is the E28, which is a perfect crease brush for me. It comes to a little bit of a point, and it's great for getting that detailed blend in your crease. This is the E17, and this is another domed crease brush, and it's kind of like the what is that, 28? It really gets in that crease and blends it out. This is the E36, and I use this for underneath my eye, but you could also use this in the crease, but it's basically a pencil brush. And it feels a little jangly. That's the one I'm watching out for. This is the E11, and it is a brow brush, but it can also be used underneath your eye. And I'm sorry if my voice sounds weird. I'm a little sick, but I just wanted to get this video out. The E13 is like, I kind of like, this brush reminds me of like the 217, I believe, by MAC. It's great because you can use it on one side and flip it and blow out your crease. This is a brush I don't understand. This is an eyeshadow brush. Look how freaking big it is, like, and thick it is. I use this for my crease because eyeshadow, it doesn't really work for me. I'm like, I don't like you. Whatever.
So you've seen me review all of these brushes. It has hurt me not to be able to use these. Like, I literally use these to do my face. And for the past couple of days, I've been trying to record this video. I have not used them because I washed them and I wanted to keep them fresh. So I'm so happy this video is over so I can get back to using my brushes. So, can't go wrong with these. I will say that you do not need all these brushes. A lot of them perform the same way and you can use them for multiple purposes. The reason why I wanted to do this video was I wanted to show you which brushes you could use for different things, and you'll see a lot of the brushes can be combined. I personally like this because, hey, if one brush is dirty, I have another brush that can perform and give me a great result without having to constantly keep washing my brushes every day. But I hope you like this video. And make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Bye, guys. And wait, I almost forgot our slogan. Remember to be your own version of beautiful. No one else's. And when I say be your own version, I'm going to do a whole separate video on that. Bye, guys. Like, if someone can't see past that, you need to ask yourself, like, they should have been in the movie.
Job at buffing and blending this foundation into my skin. It's one of my all-time favorite brushes. It's in synthetic fiber, and I do believe it costs around $34–$35 at Sephora.